started my channel back 4 years ago, I did it with a couple things in mind. Now, I bought my car new in 2009, and I kept it stock right up until 2018. Now, after weighing the pros and cons of trading my car in or buying a new Scat Pack, I decided I'd try modifying my car and then documenting it with this channel. I set out by making a few goals I wanted to reach and then making a build plan around that. So this year for my 2022 wrap-up, I was really excited to look back at where I started because I ticked pretty much every goal that I had set for myself off of my list. And now having hit my goals, I wanted to give my thoughts on modifying my RT the way I did, with my hindsight now, and answering the question, was it worth it? So my first goal was the main one, and it was the big one, and that was to run 12s with my car. Now, in terms of the first muscle cars in the 70s, 12s were always considered lightning fast, and that stuck true through the 80s and 90s as well.
The new Dodge Challenger RT, it's not a racer. Ain't it? What kind of tires, them boy? Optional polyglass GTs. Racing tires.
Now, if you had a 12-second car in any of these eras, even all the way up until the mid-2000s, you had a rocket. I mean, even the original 426 Hemi cars only ran mid-13s in stock form. And although now the insane performance of Hellcats, GT500s, Z01 Camaros, they kind of make 12s seem really like nothing special.
You're now doing 140 miles an hour as you cross the finish line in 9.65 seconds. You have just driven this production car faster than any production car has ever finished the quarter mile.
Even still, that was the goal that I had set out for myself when I started this channel and started my journey with my car. And finally, this year, I broke 12s at my home track in Edmonton, Alberta. See what that run was. Holy you guys. Oh my God! I ran a 12.9 for the first time at my home track. Oh my God, I know this, I know that's not much to most of you guys running around sea level. You're like, so what? But up here, we're at 2,300 feet above sea level. My God, this is the first time I've broken into the 12s on my track, even since I put the cam in. 13.2 was my previous best. Oh man, that is great. Sorry. And then shortly after that, bested it after I took a 12-hour drive to Vancouver and ran my new personal best of 12.6. Oh, that was a really good one, guys. Really good one. Now, another initial goal of mine was to make Scat Pack power with my car without sacrificing reliability, drivability, and to keep it as cost effective as possible. Now, I made this happen last year when I dynoed 422 with an SAE correction factor on the dyno. That works out to about a 432 standard correction factor at the dyno, where Scat Packs normally dyno in the 425 to 435 range. So that was one I checked off my list as well. Now, hitting that milestone was awesome. Initially, when I dynoed after my cam, I was stuck at 401 horsepower until I removed the phase limiter and replaced it with a phase lock. That gave us more flexibility in the tune to add an additional 30 horsepower to the rear wheels. Now, the next goal on my list, I wanted to beat a Scat Pack with my 5.7. Now, before I dive into this topic, I want to add a disclaimer and be completely clear. I love the 6.4 Hemi. I think the platform is amazing. The 6.4 is the entire reason that I decided I was going to start modifying my car to try to get that power, because I thought it was such a great power level for these cars. I love the 6.4 Hemi so much, I was very seriously considering trading in my car for a Scat Pack at the time. The thing that stopped me was A, my car was completely paid off, so no car payments. And then B, just the state of work that was going on in my industry at the time. Things were kind of slowing down. It just really didn't seem like a great time to be taking on an extra car payment, which is why I decided to go the modding route. So in a way, the 392 was the entire motivation for me starting this entire channel. Now I know with the build that I had planned out for my car, if I was going to beat a Scat Pack, it was going to be an incredibly close race. It was not going to be nobody walking the other guy. It was going to be really, really close. And the problem was I just never seemed like I could line up with them at the track. It just never worked out where I'd line up at the start line with a 392 no matter how we tried to work it. But finally, I got my chance to line up with a 392 and a couple times back to back. All right, here we go. Round 2 versus the Charger 392. This ought to be a good one. Let's see if he gets revenge on me from last time, because that was a really, really close one. All right. Got some good heat in the tires. And a good spot on the track. Oh, let him get staged, because I'm a gentleman. Got him. And oh my God, close. Very close, but I got him for round 2. Now on top of that, I really wanted to beat a 6th gen Camaro SS. Just because people really talk up the performance of these cars. And I mean, rightfully so. The 6.2 in those cars is a great performance platform. And thankfully, I've gotten to check that one off my list a few times now. Got him off the track. Here we go. Oh, got him. Got him. Now on this journey of modifying my car, I had one rule, and that was my car had to remain streetable and reliable. I didn't want the car to be something that was super punishing every time you took it out and that was only decent to drive at the track, but just was a pain to drive on the street. I needed the car to drive like a daily driver, but perform excellent at the track. I wanted my cake and to be able to eat it too, essentially. And that also meant that I needed my car to be dependable, because I like to take a lot of road trips in my car. I mean, these Challengers honestly are made for road trips. So now guys, looking back with hindsight being 2020, was it worth it modifying my 5.7 Challenger RT? Hell yeah. Yeah, was it? Are you kidding me? My car performs amazingly. It drives so great. It pulls so hard. The car is an absolute blast to drive every time you get in it.